Okay, today I want to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is creativity and inspiration. And I want to tell you right now that you are creative. I 100% guarantee it. You just have to find out what it is you're creative in, and that inspiration is trying to get to you. And so how are you going to bring it into your life? I am Stacy Rocklein, and I help people open their hearts so that they can receive love easily in their lives and love themselves unconditionally and be able to create deep, intimate relationships. So, creativity. Now, here's the truth. We are all creative. When I was younger, I used to think that I wasn't creative at all because I didn't paint, I didn't draw, I wasn't really musically inclined, couldn't really sing so awesome. I wasn't really an actress. I had a very narrow concept of what is creativity. Even though I kind of knew that I could put ideas together in a creative way and I could solve problems creatively, I didn't think about that as creativity, but it totally is. And creativity is like so vast. There are so many different ways to be creative. So the first thing you have to ask yourself is, what is my creativity? What is my creative talent? You have one. I promise you have one. And it's just a matter of looking at the things that really fill your heart and your passion and you love to do to find the answer to that question. So then once you know what you're creative in, then what do you do with that? Well, I'm going to argue that you should find a way to exercise that creativity in your life, because it is a heart-opening activity to access inspiration. Like, we have to open our heart in order to let inspiration in, because it's not coming really through our thinking mind. Our thinking mind helps us on the project, but it's coming through our spirit and our heart. So we have to include that as part of our life if we want to have a life that's filled with love. So how do you get that inspiration to come to you? Well, first I would say, put yourself in the best possible environment for you to receive your inspiration. Like, when do you get your good ideas? What are you doing? Are you out for a run? Are you out in nature? Are you listening to music? Are you meditating? Are you cooking? What are you doing? What is the environment that invites the inspiration to come to you? So for example, me, I know that going out on a walk is where I will get my best ideas and I get best inspirations for writing. And so I do that almost every single day. And after you kind of positioned yourself in your environment that helps you be creative, the next thing you want to do is get familiar with your creative process. How does it work? In the beginning, you might not really know, but after you've practiced for a while and you've worked with this for any length of time, then you'll start to see that there is a way that works for you. So, for example, for me, I will leave for my walk and I'll be open and just show me what topic I'm going to think about today. Because when you're writing a blog, for example, it has different elements to it. And so the most fun thing is to kind of put ideas together in an interesting way, or come upon a new concept or something that's going to be interesting to you, because we create for ourselves. Now, if it benefits other people, that's awesome, but the process is for us. So what's going to be interesting to me? So I leave and I know that this is my process. I land on an idea and it's kind of, I stay there for a minute. And if it's the right idea in that moment, it will start to flow. If it isn't the right idea at that moment, it will feel stiff and stuck and it won't feel like it's going anywhere, and I release that. Then I wait for the next idea to come. When that one comes, I stop, kind of puzzle on it for a minute, and I can feel if it flows, it's the right one. So then when it starts to flow, right? Basically, it's, the universe or whoever is in charge of this show is giving me ideas and concepts, and then my thinking mind already has all the stuff that I've read and learned about in my life, and it's kind of pulling it all together and starts to put together this piece of writing. And I will feel when I go down one path and then I get stuck, and then I know it's time to stop, right? Stop, let another path emerge, and then follow that one. And you just kind of follow the flow. Where the flow goes is where inspiration is trying to take you. And inevitably, by the time I'm done with a walk, I have an entire blog written in my head. I haven't even sat at the computer yet. I can just write it by listening, write it by receiving. And I know my process. I know exactly how it feels when I come up against a wall and when it's time to wait for something else to come, or time to switch directions. I can feel when I've got too much stuff flooding in at once and I've got to stop and organize so that I can follow the different veins more carefully. And ultimately, I just have trust. So that's another really important piece, is that you just trust that you're going to be led to where you're supposed to go. And at the end, you're going to have something wonderful. Whatever it is that you're creating, you're going to have something that's truly inspired and excites you and entertains you and opens your heart throughout the process. So welcome in your creativity. What is your creative avenue? How do you best receive inspiration? And what is your process for being inspired so that you can get to that end thing? Whatever it is, it might not be an actual thing, right? So welcome that into your life, because it opens your heart, it brings in more love, it feels good, and hopefully just by hearing how I do it, you might have some more ideas for how you can put this practice into place in your life and bring some more love into yours. Thank you so much for watching, and I always appreciate your comments and your likes and your shares, because that allows me to get my message out to a bigger audience, and nothing could be more important than us to spread the message of love to each other. So thank you so much for that, and I will see you next time. Mwah.